Hi, it's Mickey Dolenz here. You're listening to Inspirado Projecto.
Welcome to another episode of Inspirado Projecto. Oh my gosh. Such a beautiful day. I'm going to present to you in this episode a very special interview that I had with Corporal 13 from the Varelse Bridge Society, and our Zoom call was hacked into unexpectedly by Hugh from CRYZTORCH. CRYZTORCH and Crystore, Inc. are mortal enemies. The Varelse Bridge Society is a part of Crystore. You'll find out all about that in this upcoming interview. Now, but before that, we got an interesting phone call from someone at Crystore. So we're going to play that for you. And also, this goes for you too. If you ever want to include your audio in an episode of Inspirado Projecto, please call the hotline 561-203-9179er, 561-203-9179er. The reason why I say that is because at the end of this episode, stick around, we have someone who found one of my cards out there with the number on it. So you get to hear their audio. So once again, you're listening to Inspirado Projecto. Thank you for listening. We're on Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, Amazon Music, all over the place. Without further ado, here we go.
This is Atlas the Dragon. I am calling once more in behalf of Nonchalance and Varelse Bridge Society. I am here in Crossville, Tennessee, and I have found something absolutely magnificent. Find your way. It's not hard. All you have to do is look inside. Remember, you're listening to Inspirado Projecto.
I found out about you guys, the Varelse Bridge Society, through CrystoreInc.com. Okay, so they talk about the Varelse Bridge Society, and I went down the rabbit hole on that, and I noticed that, okay, so you told me earlier, right now you're broadcasting what, from the Green Bridge?
Aye, from the Green Bridge, so everything's crazy, yeah.
So what I noticed is they talked about color symbology, and I want to know, do these certain aspects of each of those colors correlate to the various bridges that are out there? The blue bridge, the green bridge, the red bridge. Do those correlate?
Yes. So primarily, we have been able to track our differences through the San Francisco Bridge. In fact, in our dimension, our San Francisco Bridge is painted green, which is it's a lovely I believe it's like a pine green, sort of something Christmas tree green. In your dimension, where you are currently broadcasting from, which is the red dimension, you of course have the red San Francisco Bridge. Everyone knows the red San Francisco Bridge as your bridge would know it. And then in the blue bridge, of course, they have a blue San Francisco Bridge. So it's quite extraordinary to see that even though we all have our own similarities and differences in our different realities and paths, the one thing that stays consistent is the fact that the San Francisco Bridge changes color, which
Right.
we've yet to figure out. We're still currently having our researchers look into that.
So we're talking parallel universes here. You've successfully tapped into. I mean, out of necessity, it seems, because it looks like Sky Varelse disappeared. Right? Is she still gone? Is everybody still looking out for her, trying to find her?
Well, we have found Sky Varelse. So essentially, when we had found Sky Varelse, she had no traces of her original memories, none that we could find. And we were able to find that through her travels, she had actually morphed into the Cyan Bridge, which we didn't even know or comprehend that there was a Cyan Bridge.
Oh, holy cow. That's quite a discovery, I can imagine.
Of course, it's almost like a liminal space between the the three bridges. So it's sort of the A, B, B, C, etc., etc. And so she had been traveling for what must have been to her weeks, months, possibly even years. We have no idea. But we had been finding subtle ways to get her memory back. We had to be very careful with it, of course. Otherwise, we'd risk overflowing her mind with the power of entity flow. And I led the first mission to retrieve a tome, the Book of Teklucht, from the clutches of those CRYZTORCH.
Now, is this book available for people to read, or is this just such a sacred text that, was there just only one of them, or?
There is only one Book of Teklucht.
Oh.
And as such, it is currently with an architect of which I hold extreme value. Of course, their location is currently cloaked. They are somewhere in the Red Bridge, I can say that. We've been keeping in connection with them in their discoveries of the pages in the book that we found.
So I noticed this is a question I got here. So Crystore Inc. has lots of products. I'm just going to list a couple of these, and I want to know if any of these, which of these, if any of these, are helping you out with your mission in trying to communicate with Varelse or the various versions of Wiley out there, because we got Wiley Buzzcock and the Blue Bridge.
Wiley's a different individual.
Oh, Wiley is a whole different individual. Then you got Wiley Bucket in the Green Bridge, and then Wiley Herman on the Red Bridge. So I'm going to see which of these products might help you out the most with your researches here. So here we have, they're talking about the, what is this? The chimeric ice cream biotransmitter. Now it says it allows you to acquire your friends and loved ones' collective bioimpressions with half the calories. Have you been using that at all during this process?
Currently, no. This was actually an invention of the late Octavio Coleman, Esquire, of the Red Bridge. As such, what we have found is that through some means, which we've still been trying to decipher exactly how this works, we've been having to reverse engineer this product. You are able to, I know this sounds ridiculous because this is the only thing we've been able to disseminate, somehow connect your biosignature, that thing that makes you, that stuff, that vital stuff that is you, into 4 different flavors. Of course, you did vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, and then I believe the other one was caramel or butterscotch. I'm forgetting the last one. But then we don't know what purpose this would hold, however. Of course, we did see in the documentary in Bright, I'm sorry, in Bright Ducks, Grandview Boulevard, excuse me.
Right, Grandview Boulevard.
Yeah, Grandview Boulevard, that Varelse did enjoy the ice cream from this device. And as far as we'd seen, there was no ill or adverse side effects. But of course, we're still researching this product and what Octavio Coleman had intended it to be used for.
Right. Well, as we know, Octavio is such a genius. He's so far ahead of his time, so far ahead of his time, such a visionary that, you do find eventually, whether it takes decades or even weeks or who knows how long, eventually those reasons seem to come to surface at some point, don't they? It's like, there's that aha moment where you finally go, oh, that's why this was, was invented.
At some point, yes. We're hoping to see that surface.
Here's another one that I'm curious about. This one here is called the chimeric interdimensional bridge transponder. This one sounds, so this one says here that you get discrete micro glimpses into universes that run parallel to our own. This seems like something that would have helped you guys out a lot with.
Oh, of course. Think of it essentially you know how you're seeing me through this webcam right now.
Right.
This webcam is actually threaded through the bridge transponder, which is how we are having this conversation in the first place.
Fantastic.
This allows for a strong connection between the bridges. So as a result, when the device was in its first beta stages, we could only get small little glimpses, maybe about 10, 15 seconds long. Most we had at one point was about 30 seconds, which I remember there was quite a party after that. It was truly a breakthrough for our organization. And we were able to see what the key differences in our universes were, our different bridges. In some, for example, Wiley would give money to a homeless man. In some others, he would not. So it was important to find out which bridges we were on, to find out which paths we needed to guide these certain individuals on, or at the very least know how to plan our own footing.
That's incredible. So how did you make your way to the Green Bridge? How did you get there? Was it through some faulty machinery, Crystore machinery? Was it how did that happen? Was that intentional? How did you get there?
Well, Barbara, it's very interesting. So, what I'm not really sure what the questioning is here, because I'm not from your dimension. I'm from my dimension. Yes, I was on the Green Bridge. Now, our Crystore Inc. on the Green Bridge was put into effect at about the same time as the Crystore Inc. on your bridge. And it was only until we had started to see the fact that there were different bridges that we realized there were other people. Apparently, in one, there's a Commander 14 who is sort of the leader of these renegades, the Elsewhere Public Works Agency, something like that.
Yeah, right.
And they do all these sorts of things. Now, I don't really see myself as a leader. I'm only a humble Corporal 13. But it was interesting to see the fact that there were different paths for me to take.
I can imagine. It's interesting because it's been talked about before. I actually talked to a man who told me about what's called the looking glass, something that the government has where you can kind of see through these parallel, universes and make your decisions based on these. And it sounds a little like Crystore Inc. I wouldn't put it past them to have been actually the inventors of the original version of that machine. I don't know if you're at liberty to say anything like that, but it does sound like this would be kind of in that same kind of wheelhouse. Now, here's another interesting thing I found here. This is called the handheld calcite defibrillator. It says the device generates surges in binary distress signals with unrivaled precision. So, what do you know about this one? It looks like it's a little suitcase. There's some buttons in there, some dials,
of course.
metal things.
I can actually show you what we have here.
Oh, please,
this
yes.
Was the original prototype.
Oh my God! Look at it. It's brilliant. I got one too. We both have one.
That's amazing. Oh, that's
how
wonderful.
Astounding is that, huh? How astounding! So you have the original.
This was the original baseline for this. This material, which I'm not sure if you have the exact same material, could just be very similar. But what happens was that it's able to find and pick up on the entity flow of the different bridges. That stuff that connects you or me or anyone in our various bridges and universes. It allows you to pick up on that energy and find out how in tune the certain individual you're currently tracking is with that. Now, of course, this one, it had split in half.
Oh, gosh.
It was rather unfortunate, but it was overpowered when we were searching for our first individual on it. And as you can see, it has these little shimmering lines.
Yes,
that shows sort of the energy going through our universes. So it still does pick up, just not as well. The later versions, which you are seeing in that suitcase there.
Oh yeah, in the suitcase. Yeah.
It was made to be more compact. for agents in the field who would be searching for individuals. And as such, it also proved to be very helpful in finding bridge tears, which we were having to deal with for quite some time. It was rather a serious event.
Well, what's a consequence of a bridge tear? I can only imagine, but I want to hear it straight from you. What happens when there's bridge tears? Is that like the Philadelphia experiment where you got bodies stuck in the middle of buildings and stuff? Or I mean, what's the consequence of that?
I suppose the best way to describe it. Have you ever seen the live-action film The Cat in the Hat with Michael Myers?
Yes.
Yes. So you remember when the box was left open and everything was covered in the goop, and in his world, the Cat in the Hat's world, was starting to merge with our world.
Yes.
That was similar to what was happening, where you would have these beings of nonchalance creeping their way through. Kieran would be coming through. Giant Tanakh stone giants. They would be roaming around in the mountains. And it was our jobs to find where these bridge tears were and seal them up. There was one moment when we had giant bees that were swarming into the Red Bridge from the yellow zone.
Geez.
Not a pleasant area, let me tell you. And these massive bees came in, and we had to get rid of them first before we could seal up the bridge tear.
What do you have to do? What's the process that you do to seal up the bridge tear? Is it more Crystore technology? Is it
actually yes, it is. It is the chimeric interdimensional bridge threader. So think of it like a machine that we
just kind of stitching it closed, huh? Like,
of course, yes, that's about it. Yes.
Who's this? Did someone hack into our Zoom?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah!
It's CRYZTORCH.
You bastard!
Oh no! It's CRYZTORCH. I was just going to ask you about these guys. Now all of a sudden they showed up because CRYZTORCH. They don't seem to like you guys, but I don't know why.
And we don't like them. Get out of here!
No!
Human resources manager.
Oh no!
Or should I say, human?
Oh no! What the heck? Look at this guy. Hugh CRYZTORCH HR. Okay, so Hugh works in HR. Maybe he's just one of the peons. Maybe he's lower on a totem pole. Hugh, why don't you tell us, why are you guys instructed to hate Crystore and the Varelse Bridge Society so much?
Let me start by saying this guy is claimed to be Corporal 13. We all know you're Janitor 15. This guy cleans up, horse pens in Crystore.
Oh, no.
An outright facetious lie!
Oh, what are you going to do, cut me with that butter knife?
This is made with folded steel from the Tanakh stone giants mountains.
Oh,
it would
jeez.
slice you in twain faster than a butter knife ever could.
You and your tinfoil swords. Jesus.
CRYZTORCH, why do you guys hate Crystore so much? I know there's a class action lawsuit. You know, it's something very suspicious to me was the woman in the lawyer video. What's very strange is that she actually is the lawyer. So this woman is pretending, it seems, to be a victim, but she's actually a lawyer. And then I found out, I did further digging, I found out that she, what is this lady's name? She actually is somehow connected to you guys. I couldn't believe it. I can't find her name.
You should believe it. You should believe it. They'll use any dirty, double-handed, underhand trick.
Are you done, Janitor?
Quit calling me a janitor. I am Corporal 13.
No. Sadly mistaken. I once worked for Crystore back in the 70s. I don't know. They're kind of boring. Why would I stay, I would have to put up with this guy the entire time.
We handle community beautification. We bring entity flow to those who need it.
Blah, 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 blah.
Don't you blah, blah, blah me.
Some point, are you going to shut up?
So
you have any real questions for me?
Okay, so Hugh, you used to work at Crystore, Inc. Is this true?
Yeah.
So was Corporal 13 working there at the time? That's what I'm curious about.
I mean, if you call interning at a horse stable, yeah, that's working, I guess.
I was not interning in a horse stable.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was animal husbandry lab.
Gee, you stop that! This is Matthew. This is outright lies. I demand that this man be removed.
The worst part was this guy was like super young, like, I don't know, like 16 or 17, and he still looked like, strung out Skid Row Santa Claus.
This beard was the result of an entity flow experience.
Oof.
We're recruiting at CRYZTORCH.
Don't you advertise your Mamie cockamons?
My what?
Your Mamie cockamons!
This guy, like, I don't know, it sounds like he dropped a thesaurus.
This
guy can't do the Monday crossword in the New York Times. So,
Well, it sounds to me like he's chanting a spell. It sounds like there's an incantation
I'm
happening
cursing
there.
at him in Elsewerian dialect. It's probably the one thing that he does understand. Where did you learn your English, huh? Are you still in first grade?
That was pretty good.
So
things are coming around for you there, janitor 18.
It's Corporal 13, and you know it.
So Hugh,
Kurt,
I noticed.
Shut up, Kurt. It's time for me to ask some questions. I'm recruiting.
Oh yeah.
Think you might want to come over to the good side?
Well, I'm telling you, I'm looking up these.
They're the good side. They're the bad ones.
You are the supposedly benevolent side. If you think these guys are benevolent, just look at the long list of side effects of what is that stupid CBIT or whatever. Oh, and just a little clue, those little crystal things that you were holding up earlier.
Yeah,
that's actually medication in the form of a suppository.
It's not medication.
No, it's a suppository. So
no,
it looks like
it's
old,
not.
Janitor 15 or 18 or whatever.
And listen, those side effects only could happen. They very rarely ever did happen.
God, this guy never stops talking over people. Hey, where's that suppository?
It's not a suppository. It is a mineral found in the mountains of Tanakh.
He learned how to put it, to administer it to himself during his animal.
I did not have to administer anything. It's not a suppository.
Oh, it is. And that briefcase that it comes in now, it's a giant child-proof or idiot-proof in his case. It's an idiot-proof medicine box.
If a briefcase is a child-proof pill bottle, then what is a phone case for a baby-proofing for a pocket-sized computer?
Jesus Christ, this guy never shuts up.
Well, I'm a little concerned about something
all
here,
the time.
Hugh, I noticed I'm a little concerned here. On CRYZTORCH, you guys have these Kirin eggs. I've seen these things. These things, when they hatch, these things look like, these things are huge monsters. I've seen them in Grandview.
They're not just eggs. If I may clarify something.
Yeah, what are they?
They take the Kirin into captivity. Kirin are spirits of divine insouciance. They are watchers. They have been here for thousands of years. And what do these heathens do? They chain them up in dark basements and stalls. They take their eggs and sell them to the highest bidder for slavery.
Man.
You done? Because that's, let me tell you about what we do with the Kirin here. You guys have stores, right? You have supermarkets or grocery stores out there?
Yeah.
Okay. So you ever seen, I've only been to your guys' planet a couple times. You ever seen those like coin-operated ponies?
Yes.
Well, that's what we use them for. But it's funner. It's more fun than.
But you take them from their natural habitat. You take them from elsewhere.
Are you ever going to shut up, Corporal?
No, I'm not. If it's on the behalf of the Kirin.
It's constantly. It's just constant. See, this is what I put up with. They call us the bad guys, and this guy will never shut up. Where are your
So does that make me a bad guy that I don't shut up for what's right?
Hey, Kurt, why don't we focus on me for a little while? What, you got any other questions for us?
Well, how long have you worked for CRYZTORCH? I mean,
I started working in 73.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I cut you off there, pal.
Well, I was going to say, any of the stuff that I'm looking at here looks it's got a little sort of a nefarious bent to it, like the immortality mask here, the
Yes, nefarious.
the primal fear mask.
Yes.
I mean,
Keep going.
Nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Speaker horns.
Mm-hmm.
All of these things. I mean, this would get the kids frightened. This would get the kids frightened, I think, that they saw these things out there in the streets. But there's a little boy here. There's a little boy here who seems to like your chocolate low-fat milk. I don't know if he's under a spell there, or if he actually enjoys it. Who knows what's in that milk?
We only have low-fat chocolate milk here.
Wait a minute. You're still using that boy?
Yeah. Gotta slip somebody in there somewhere. Our eyes and ears are everywhere.
So what these products? I can only imagine that you might have been one of the culprits in. This is what I'm thinking. When I see all the different inventions on Crystore Inc., and then I look at the inventions on CRYZTORCH, it makes me wonder if maybe someone, possibly you, who used to work there, might have taken some of that technology, some of that information, and then just decided to put it in a CRYZTORCH. Is there any truth to that?
No, it's the other way around.
Really?
Oh yeah. So
you're saying Crystore actually? You're saying is taking your ideas?
Blatant mistruths!
No. Look, it's really simple. These guys suck. None of them are smart in any stretch of imagination. And
if you had as much creativity and knowledge in your little pinky finger as Varelse has in her entire brain, you'd be able to do something better with your life.
No, I don't want to do anything better with my life. Lower management is great. Corporate espionage that's a little bit too high pressure for me. That's why I like human resources.
So, Hugh, what are some of the things that they have you doing in there in human resources? I mean, what are some of the things that you're handling in there?
Oh, you mean besides torturing puppies? What, you don't like torturing puppies?
I see, he does
the
that.
The truth is coming out.
As a pastime. It's a sport to them, like baseball when they run around the hexagon.
Baseball? Oh, that's that thing where they throw the leather thing at you, right? We have something like baseball, if that's the case, but we use mouse lemurs instead of baseballs.
Mouse lemurs, and tiny
mouse lemur.
Now, on what planet is that? On which dimension, as it were?
I guess you'd call it Yellow Bridge.
I told you about these men. They're dangerous, terrible human beings. They're the opposite of everything Crystore is.
So, Corporal 13, what's interesting here, so this is interesting. Now you've just shined a whole new light on this here, a yellow light, if you will, hue, a yellow hue, if you will. What's interesting is that all I knew about was the blue, red, and green bridges. Now you've just opened up a whole nother possibility here that there's actually a yellow bridge. Did you know about this, Corporal 13?
We don't even bring them in. It's true. It's true. They're part of a whole different dimension, opposite from us. The only reason we never include them in anything is because every time we've tried peace talks, they always bring their lawyers with a purpose. They always bring their lawyers trying to snaggle us out of every single cent, every single right we have to do what is good.
Yeah, whatever. Look.
He doesn't even deny it.
Why would I deny it? That's ridiculous. And it's not my lawyer, unless Anthony's there. Usually I bring along this guy Julian from accounting. I'm always trying to get him to like me, but he won't even exchange pleasantries. It's this, I don't even want to go into it. It's a manatee that lives under the CRYZTORCH headquarters. And,
a manatee.
He will not exchange pleasantries.
Manatees cannot talk. That's dolphins you're thinking of.
What? Where you're from, the manatees can't talk? I thought...
No, we have talking dolphins. We are able to speak with dolphins.
Oh, okay. They can write, though, right? Like...
No.
Are you sure? Didn't one of them write...
Wait. Since what we're discussing is Hugh, Do you have talking dolphins or manatees in your dimension?
We do. It's unfortunate.
Oh no, I see.
but-
I mean, here I meant carrot. I meant carrot.
Well, they make like kind of sounds. I haven't heard.
gross.
I haven't heard him speak like the way we're talking right now.
I've never heard of AAOO. What's that?
It's like they're saying AEIOU over and over again.
Kurt, are you having a stroke? Are you fine right now? Do I need to call your paramedics?
No, he's singing the latest Mariah Carey album.
That's right.
Mariah Carey is a goddess and she'll be respected as such.
God. Anything that sounds like a dolphin over there.
So Hugh, I gotta know. I just gotta know what would be your ultimate. What would be? I mean, are you happy in HR, or would you rather reach a higher echelon of? I mean, I would imagine that if you work at a place like that, there are probably even more sort of levels to open up there. You know, more information to learn there. The higher.
You've been kissing up to your Octavio Coleman over there.
It's complicated. You know, like middle management is usually about as high as you can get unless Coleman is there. But I have so much fun just torturing people as they come in for interviews. I mean, you probably have been through a couple of interviews yourself. What was your favorite?
Oh, you know what? One time I went in for an interview for Whole Foods, and what I decided to do was I wrote up this list that because I realized this is an interview to see for you people if we get along. Yes, you're hiring me, but I'm also in a sense hiring you. I wrote up a list of questions for them to answer. So I said it was kind of like a yes or no type of thing. Like, are you good at collaborating with your employees? Do you compliment your employees when they do good stuff? What was the last dream you had? Do you appreciate synchronicities? This whole list of different things, and I gave it to him, and I think that threw him off a little bit. Needless to say, I didn't get the job, but it was my favorite interview I ever had because I put them in the hot seat, and it just felt so good to see them in the hot seat. So that was probably my most favorite interview. But I don't know. Usually I'm asking people the questions, you know, because I have the podcast. So
No.
I would say, well, you know what? So for my podcast, so that was my favorite job interview. But for the podcast, I would say some of my favorite interviews, Wiley Herman, or whichever version I talked to at that point. I think it's Wiley Herman since we're in the red bridge here. Wiley Herman. I talked to Spencer McCall. So those were a lot of fun because those guys helped introduce me to your whole world that you guys have going on here, which is just absolutely fascinating. Tons of labyrinths and tons of different directions to go in.
Well, to be fair, they've been researching just as long as us. We were only brought in once, you know, more funding was brought in, and as these foundations were established, the Varelse Bridge Society, etc.
Yeah. They're always just riding our coattails over there. So I think I've heard that story about the interview. Don't you have like a podcast called like Spider Projectors or something like that?
Now that would be a great podcast, Spider Projectors. That, you know, probably in the on the Blue Bridge, my podcast is called Spider Projectors. It's called Inspirado Projecto. I absolutely love my wordplay. So it's the idea that whatever.
Oh, I have heard that one. That's right.
Whatever I'm inspired by, I project it out there, and ideally that will inspire other people. And I got to say, those episodes where I interviewed those guys, because and Scaramanga Silk too. I interviewed him. So I interviewed these guys basically.
DJ.
That guy's an idiot.
Phenomenal. Have you guys read about what went on with Discogs recently with his album?
I try not to read.
Oh my gosh. Well, good news for Scaramanga Silk. His album, a very rare album, was sold for like $40,000, or someone bought it for $40,000 on Discogs. So he's the highest bought album ever, above like any other musician. So he's all over the news right now. So what I was thinking was that's going to trickle down. The news is going to bring its way to, you know, Crystore, Crystorch, maybe that's another Crystorch, and a Varelse Bridge Society, of course. But even though you guys are at odds with each other, what's interesting is through this conflict, it draws people to both of your causes, which I think is very interesting. Now, having said that, I
they
noticed
don't even have a cause. It's just memory and slavery.
and
chicanery.
this is why I noticed on the CRYZTORCH page is that they're involved with Demand Protest, which is headed by Don Tiepso. Because I saw his interview. He was on the news. He was interviewed all about Demand Protest. And so that's interesting. So I'm wondering how many CRYZTORCH employees are paid protesters for these. Are you at liberty to say, Hugh?
Paid, I don't know. We don't pay anybody. We usually like to enslave them as quickly as possible.
Gotcha.
Break them down, that type of stuff.
Are there any brainwashing techniques that you use? Any specific hypnosis skills?
Yeah, we play this one band. It's incessant. They're like the worst band that's ever hit the face of any planet. They're called like Yachtly Crew.
Yeah,
they're worse. They're like a Kenny G cover band or something like that.
We don't have that band on this bridge.
A Kenny G cover band. Oh my god! Just
sounds like
all the hits.
Sounds like some kind of a Love Boat parody band.
Oh my god, I love it.
Wait,
oh my god.
You look just like one of the guys in that horrible band.
God. Oh yeah. 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 Yachtly Crew. Strictly Kenny G, all the hits, all the Kenny G hits. Yeah. We do play the Love Boat song. It's funny that you said that. We play the Love Boat song halfway through because then it turns kind of into a strip show, a G-rated strip show. We just take our jackets spin the jackets around and everything.
I'm not sure I want to be interviewed by such a weirdo now.
No, this is my guy. So do you play what do you play? Like the butt trumpet?
Mostly the butt trumpet, some of some kazoo, a little bit of the stylophone, a little bit of the stylophone, some theremin.
There he goes again. He's having a stroke. Somebody need to put a wand in his mouth.
Do any of you guys have bands aside from Scarmonga Silk? Do any of you guys have other bands on your planets or other dimensions that you guys really appreciate?
You have that one band, what was it? The Monster Masters or something like that. They had that song. Surfing on the planet Sorts. Surfing on the planet Sorts. I don't know what you call it. I don't know what that was.
Surfing on the planet Sorts. Much for music. Music usually brings enjoyment, so I try to stick away from. I'm more of a video guy or a silent movie guy.
Oh,
but music every now and then.
What kind of silent films?
Torturing puppies. Like the best thing you could possibly do is just put a set of headphones on them and wait for their eyes to just go blank. Oh, sorry, this is too much information. Sorry.
This is horrible. Well, I personally enjoy the stylings of Sky Varelse's machine. So I've actually been taking some of the samples from them and reworking them as best I can. I've one song particular called Water Lily.
Oh, how does it go? How does it go? Let me just hear a little bit of it.
It goes something, like dun da dun da 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 da, and it's got like this ethereal energy behind it. It's a beautiful song, really. It's just the sound of the universe, just churning away.
Phenomenal.
It's the sound of his lower intestine.
It's not the sound of my lower intestine, you bugger.
After a chili eating contest.
I don't even like chili.
That would be interesting. Get a really high-powered microphone, just put that right up next to the belly.
Stop encouraging him!
Like one of those experimental bands. Like, that one, they toured here like back in the 80s. Einstein know about them.
Wait, which one?
Einstein know about them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I've heard of those guys. Yeah.
Just nothing but the classic hits like tear apart Nazi train engines, breaking, what was it? Bringing down architecture, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Just destroying things.
Oh, yeah. They had some
embracing that nefarious.
You're both insane. We've never had anything like that on this bridge.
No, you guys suck over there. Everything's it's just music box music over there. Everything just sounds like a calliope on his bridge. It's so flippin'
beautiful
boring.
Sound. Who doesn't enjoy the calliope and the bagpipes?
Oh, the bagpipes are great. Do you play the bagpipes, Corporal 13?
No, but I do have a friend that does so. And every so often we'll go up on the mountains that are nearby and we'll have a little tune-off. I play clarinet.
Oh, you play the clarinet. Do you have one with you right now?
But it's on the shelf. I'd have to go around and get it.
Go get your clarinet. In the meantime, I'll play my. I just learned how to do the Zelda theme song on the ocarina. My sister brought this back. She went on vacation. This is the. I don't think it's the Zelda theme song, but it's one of them that's in the Ocarina of Time. So I just learned that a few days ago, and I was like, wow, that's great. I know how to play an actual song. Oh, here comes the clarinet, baby. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sending my card.
How did I know you were going to play that instrument? You look like a guy that would listen to world music.
Oh, yeah. World music. Yeah. With the coexist bumper sticker on my Prius.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, give me one moment. I have got to get it put together.
It's always a moment. Look at those headphones.
Oh, yeah.
What's wrong with my headphones?
They're slightly better than those dumb goggles you're wearing.
What? My goggles allow me to see past the barrier of the universes.
Uh-huh.
Are those?
They make you look like that Nazi off that one Indiana Jones movie.
I know. Yeah, because he had the circle glass. His face melts, right? His face melts at the end. Oh my God! Here comes a clarinet. Wow! Here we go.
Oh God! What are you, like Woody Allen?
Let's see what this is all about. Oh my gosh! What's this going to be like?
Torture.
Ooh.
Don't you snore during my clarinet?
I was asleep, man. That was boring.
Oh my gosh.
100 of his bridge.
Wow. Corporal 13, you could put out an entire album. You could put out an entire album of
Didn't even get
just
to
your
play
clarinet.
an actual song. That was me warming up.
That was good. What are some of your favorite songs to play?
I suppose classical music, but as I said, I haven't played the clarinet in a while. Really, the beard grew over my lips, so I kind of get a proper setting.
Do you find that the clarinet gets caught in the beard?
Every so often in the reed, aye.
Yeah, because the beard, the longer it grows, it's like it becomes like tentacles in there, huh?
Yes, it is rather difficult.
Oh my gosh! So, Hugh, do you play instruments? I know you say that you don't really listen to music.
Do you play any instruments, Hugh?
I play all of them.
You play all of them, sure.
Yeah. Why not?
So do you play the calliope?
Ooh. No, that's for you guys. Okay, not everything.
I strictly play.
Currently, I play the hurdy-gurdy.
Oh, hurdy-gurdy. Yeah.
A bassoon. And a toy trumpet.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I've also liked the sound of koto. I've been listening to koto, like ancient, like folk koto music lately on iTunes. It's just really relaxing. It's just really interesting sound. Do you know how to play the koto?
Remember when I was insulting world music earlier?
Oh, yes. Does that mean no, or does that mean yes?
I guess I could make this confession. I'm in a band, and it's a cover band, and we just do Milli Vanilli covers and
I love it.
Covers.
I can't believe that you said that. It's so funny. Oh my God. This. I have this in one of my idea books. I thought, how funny would that be is if you had a Milli Vanilli tribute band, and then, you don't have to, nobody has to learn any instruments. You just play the CD, of course, but then during that one hit song, you make sure that song skips just like it was on TV. So then you're skipping it. And then you just close it out with that. It's just astounding that you brought up the fact.
Are we playing interdimensional hopscotch?
Interdimensional hopscotch.
God. This stuff again.
Well, it's a fun game.
Sure. What is it? How do you do it?
Interdimensional hopscotch is like regular hopscotch, except it's the path to getting into elsewhere and going between bridges.
Yeah,
so,
you take your thumb and you stick it up your butt.
Yeah,
Stick to hopscotch.
Be more civil, man. We're on a live stream.
You can't tell me what to do. You're not my real dad.
I'm literally a corporal.
A janitor.
Oh, okay. I just heard a key word there. Not my real dad. Okay, so hold on. Did Corporal 13 adopt you? Is he?
No!
Is he an adopted child?
I will never adopt this curmudgeon.
Me? Well, on my planet, it kind of goes the other way around.
How does it go?
Well, time is fluid here. And so I went and knocked up his mom, and then I made my way back and acted like I was his kid.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You're your own father.
Correct. I am the time traveler's paradox.
I've never heard of that one. That's like those Russian dolls. That's like it's a whole fractal that you're involved with.
Oh yeah,
here.
nesting dolls. Those are great.
Yeah, the paradox. You're in a paradox.
Disgusting.
It's crazy.
No.
The father of yourself. God. Now there's a humdinger, as one might say. That's a humdinger right there. Being the son, you're your own father. God, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm my own son and own. I think
I'm getting a call from command. Hello.
You're your own son and your own father.
Correct.
You're the father and the son. Boy.
Oh. Yes, he's in here. Operation Water Lily.
His mommy's calling.
Are you sure?
Operation Water Lily. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I think his mom's asking him to grab some milk.
Understood, Commander. Listen.
Uh-oh.
Crystore told me to tell you, get out of this stream. Otherwise, we'll be acting Operation Water Lily on you.
Janitor,
uh-oh.
Your mom called and said you have to be home before the street lights are on.
My mother is resting comfortably in her tea parlor.
Tea parlor?
Aye, but at her own mansion.
So what he's saying that his mom likes teabagging.
Teabagging in the tea parlor?
Yeah, no, teabagging, Like,
teabag. Oh, yeah, teabagging.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
So what's interesting is I just learned the other day the word teetotaler. So if your mom's in the tea parlor, is she also a teetotaler? Does she only drink tea?
I think he's talking to you, idiot.
I'm not an idiot. I was trying to process the question.
I was trying to process the question.
My mother enjoys all types of tea, as do I. We every so often we have a tea in her garden full of water lilies, beautiful flowers. It's wonderful, and we have some nice English rose tea. Have you ever had English rose tea?
No, but I want to now.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's great. Made
English
from only
rose.
The finest, only the finest roses, which have been plucked with liquid rainbow.
Oh boy.
They put liquid rainbow onto the petals, and it creates this wonderful aroma. Oh, it's
so is this something that's only available? Wait, you said you're in which bridge, Corporal 13? You say you're on green?
The green bridge,
You're on the green. That's right. So only on the green bridge. So on the red bridge, I don't think we have that kind. I need to do my research, but
it's a wonderful tea over here. I'll make sure I'll try and send you some if I can.
Dipped in rainbow liquid.
The best part about that tea is we export it from Zorch. It's made from capybara nipples.
Oh boy!
It's not roses.
It's not exported from Zorch.
Oh, it is. It's you guys have them there. Those giant rats. So we just harvest their nipples, dry them out, touch them with whatever that rainbow.
I wish you'd stop with your gobsculating.
Oh my gosh! So how far away is Zorch? I mean, where is it? Is it within the yellow bridge? Is it in its own? I mean, how do we get there? How do we get to Zorch?
Well, if I told you that, I'd have to, kill you.
Right.
These guys are constantly trying to find us. And every now and then there's a bridge tear and they get through. But for the most part, we try to keep these
get
assholes
through
away.
on those bridge tears to us. We're the ones having to seal them up so you don't get in.
You guys have been saying that since back in the 70s when we were all LSI.
But what's LSI? What's LSI?
Oh, that's classified.
Okay.
You guys have a guy over there. What's his name? Peter Schwartz.
Peter
He worked
Schwartz. I'll
for
write this down.
Stanford way back in the day. He was one of our agents. Oh, we have agents within the Varelse Bridge Society.
Uh-oh.
I'd like to give a shout out to all the poached. We got like a mod and a guy that he goes way back. It's this guy who goes around Philadelphia collecting cans.
Huh. And this person is a secret agent?
Since we're being honest here,
being
honest here, I thought you should know too that we have an agent inside your organization.
Oh, you mean Hiley?
No, not wait. Who's Hiley?
Hiley. You mentioned him earlier.
No.
Oh my God.
Hiley.
He's look, we don't have any good weed.
Oh no, excuse me. You're
bridge,
talking about Hiley. No.
Yes.
No. I thought you meant
goes-
Hiley with an I. I thought you meant Hiley with an I.
No, Hiley.
No. Hiley with a Y. No, that's not
Super
him. He's over
Hiley.
here. No, he's over here.
No,
It's somebody
no.
else.
He's here in the room right now.
No, he's not.
No. He brought
I
us
just
this,
passed by him in the hallway
little bit of
before this
sticky
interview.
icky. But our sticky icky is like just seeds and stems. So, it's okay.
I guess
we'd like
we have
cross
to
over.
continue my statement since you interrupted me so rudely.
Oh,
We
God.
have an agent inside your organization as well. And I bet you'll never find them because they're masters of disguise.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy. So
Masters something.
each of you has a secret agent hiding within the other's company. Now, how are you going to go about figuring out?
Well, of
what
course,
kind of
we
processing they
already
use?
know. I'm phasing in and out.
Uh-oh.
Of course, we already know who their agent is, and we've already dispatched the proper individuals to take care of them.
Uh-oh.
Just to clarify to your
Uh-oh.
idiots in their Discord server, it's Hiley. H-A... Oh, no, wait. How do you spell high? H-I-G-H? I've never
I
been
think there's
good
a
at the
Q.
words.
I think there's a Q somewhere in there.
Yes. It's a silent
Hiley.
Q-W-Y-N-W.
Yeah. Hiley. Yeah.
So how long have you been failing at podcasts?
3 years now.
Oh, that's a long time. How was that?
Once you
fall
get
from
momentum,
grace?
you got to keep going. You got to
Yeah.
keep going. You got momentum.
Yeah, that downward motion.
Yeah,
is-
you just got to try to touch the bottom of the ocean. Sometime you just got to get
Oh,
down to the
man,
bottom of the
honestly.
Yeah, there's nothing better than hitting rock bottom.
Oh, man, I'll actually agree with him. This isn't exactly the most professional podcast I've been on, quite frankly. It's really messed up.
That's
Oh, look
think
at
that's
this
the
guy.
one.
That's
I think
right.
it's the one place where we kind of agree. I think, wouldn't you say, Hugh?
Yeah, I think. Look at this guy, midlife crisis with his long hair.
That's right.
Did your
Yeah,
mom
what's
paint
with
that
the-
little painting in the background there?
Yeah, and what's
buddy
with the
did, actually.
cardboard
That's
cutout?
Grant
What's
Park.
with the cardboard cutout? Who is that?
This is a
supposed to be?
table. My buddy Franco Damonte. He tabletop. He just took it off. This is Grant Park in Chicago, and then of course is Dougie Jones, aka Agent Cooper. He's a silent
See, he
type.
makes references that I don't even understand, and I'm somewhat aged.
You're somewhat aged.
No,
yeah.
I'm some kind of age, So
Oh, you're some kind of age. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like shitty wine aged.
Yeah, like spoiled milk eggs, like you are.
Do you guys wait?
What?
You guys have other milk than spoiled milk?
What other milk would there be other than good milk?
You guys
Oh,
probably milk mules.
We
No
milk.
donkeys.
Well, cows. Technically, I guess you could if they had nipples, but really, we have almond milk and cow milk and sheep's milk too. Oh, that's really good milk. That's really nice.
Sounds gamey.
so does time when you age within each of these different bridges? Does it go slower for some people? Does it go faster for some people? Like for instance, to one person, it might feel like years have passed by, but really they've only aged. I guess in the Red Bridge here, that it would only be a year. Is there any sort of
Only in the Cyan Bridge, as we mentioned. Sky Varelse was
Cyan.
having her own adventure, sort of, in the Cyan Bridge, and what must have been to her months or years was probably just, a few months to us. Well, no, excuse me. Yes, actually, that would be right. So she spent probably an eternity in the Cyan Bridge when we've only had her missing in our world for years.
So when she was on the Cyan Bridge, what was she coming across parallel versions of the people who are in, let's say the blue bridge, the green bridge, the red bridge? Was she coming across parallel versions of other people that she knew?
We don't know. We're still trying to figure that out ourselves.
He
Cyan
doesn't
Bridge
know.
is not. Well, yeah. Well, do you know?
You look at you and your oversimplified, understanding of how
But
time
do you
works.
know? Do
Yeah,
you
of
know?
course. Time is an ever-expanding ball. You see,
No about time. About what's in the Cyan Bridge.
Cyan Bridge?
Aye.
No, they've never let us in there.
Yeah, we cannot get in there.
You can't?
No.
I thought. Wait a second. Then who runs Cyan Bridge?
Well, Corporal 13, you were saying that Varelse, Sky got caught in there, right?
Aye, yes, she got caught in there.
So is she the one is she in charge of that place now? Is she running things?
Well, no, because she came back. We were able to get her back. Oh, she came back.
Oh, that's what it was. That's right. She came back. That's right.
But I'm not sure what you mean. Wait a minute, Hugh, what do you mean who runs Cyan Bridge?
I thought you guys were running that.
We don't even know what you're talking about with running anything. In what regards do you mean running Cyan
Everybody
Bridge?
has a boss.
Aye.
Everyone has a boss. So who's the boss at Cyan Bridge? There's that idiot Wiley with the midlife crisis hair. Oh, just like this guy here in this stupid podcast. He
Our
runs
Wiley's
a couple
kind
of
of
ours.
balding. Our Wiley's kind of balding.
Yeah, it's short. That guy needs to shave. But nonetheless, everyone's got a boss. So wait a second. If you're over there on that dumb bridge you're on, and I'm over here, Cyan, it's got to be those stupid butterflies, right? They run. No.
Well, no, the butterflies and the bees, we've signed a truce with them.
I mean, that's tentative at this point. It's, it's as good as you guys have treaties over on your side there, right? Human?
Yes, and we hold to our treaties.
Yeah. About as good as that one country, America, keeps with theirs. They're real good at
What's wrong with America in your bridge?
Ours? Oh, our America keeps their treaties. It's really weird. It's the exact opposite.
Our America keeps our treaties too. Is it any different for you, Kurt?
You know what? To be honest, I'm kind of a one-man country. I'm kind of doing my own thing. I don't really pay attention to what they're doing. I don't really. I haven't watched an actual TV in 20-something years. Yeah. I pretty much watch YouTube and Netflix and stuff like that and create my own stuff. But I've heard, there's a lot of upset out there of people, breaking promises or making promises that others don't want them to do. And it's interesting because I found myself really valuing my own sanity and my own mentality. And I think that's why I moved away from that and just started creating my own stuff. And it's just crazy, man. Because
honestly,
Facebook has just turned into an argumentative, just very toxic. It's like jumping into a vat of acid in there. I really
you're welcome. Zuckerberg's one of our guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we make people look like dead zombies and shave their heads back. That's one of the telltale signs. That hairline that he's got, that's the height of fashion.
Sorry, Zuckerberg?
Yeah, and that dude Jack from your Twatter. Is it Twatter or Twitter?
Yeah. Who's Zuckerberg?
Zuckerberg. You guys don't have a face. Oh, that's right. You guys only have MySpace over there.
Aye, our main social media is MySpace, run by that man Jack. Really nice guy.
Yeah.
Always in front of the whiteboard. Yeah, no, MySpace became this really great startup company following into a huge social media platform, and everyone's very nice on that platform.
So who's in charge?
He's lying. It's Friendster.
What I'm curious about with you guys and the various parallels of all these different bridges, who's in charge of keeping those straight, of like going, okay, here's where things go, here's where the crossroads are. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious.
Is that you,
There's
Corporal
nobody-
13?
There's nobody keeping charge of that. It's already been done since before the beginning of the universe, since before the time of Apollo. That's what it is. You go back to the very beginning, that Big Bang, that snap that created the entity flow of the universe. That's what that is. That's when the bridges became what they were. There's nobody keeping track of anything. You cannot control the bridges.
Well, how do you chart, let's say, for instance, I mean, I'm imagining, are there certain access points, vortexes, so to speak, to be able to sort of go into the other bridges? Are there specific specific places where that happens, or can you just do it no matter where, just depending on what kind of technology you have?
Elsewhere and the divine insouciant, they are only accessed whenever two or more insouciants with a T get into the same area, to get together with their kind of recondite family. Now, as it is, there is only one known physical location in the Arctic Circle, I believe the Red Bridge, but we've never been able to track that area where insouciance is always continuing. And we're not sure where that is. We're still looking. But as far as we're aware, the only time you can ever travel between the bridges is either with the chimeric interdimensional bridge teleporter or with the entity flow holes.
Now, what does that feel like when you go through, when you use one of these devices? Is it kind of like Star Trek? Do you turn into a bunch of little subatomics, or what is? Do you see a tunnel of light?
You cannot describe it. That's the thing, was that every one of those sci-fi shows, they're wrong, because whenever you're going through, you cannot describe it. It's for like everybody. It's
You know what it feels like? It feels like if you ate a dozen frozen burritos and followed that up with some orange juice, and then maybe half a bottle of Mad Dog 2020. That's exactly what it feels like.
It's like if you took a golden spike and somehow were able to melt it down into an ice cream cone and consume that. And then that's just,
yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, I can only imagine golden spike ice cream. That would taste really good.
Wait, did you just say golden showers?
No, I didn't say golden shower.
Oh, sorry.
So I noticed each of you have different feelings that you feel as you go through to the other bridges. So Hugh,
as I said, it's unique to everybody.
So for you, Hugh, it's more of kind of a nausea, maybe I might have diarrhea kind of feeling.
Oh yeah.
For Corporal 13, it's more of like the heavens open up. So
well, I didn't say I didn't get the feeling of diarrhea.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay. I got you. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's the one thing. That's the chimeric interdimensional bowel transfer. Oh, it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant.
The bowel transfer.
Perfect. They keep talking about their bridges. We haven't exactly been able to nail down a way. We end up coming through in this like terrifying city. What is it? New Jersey? Yeah, there's some bridge in New Jersey that we get across. It's that place is just terrifying. It's just filled with people that just exclusively eat at TGI Fridays.
Wait, your Jersey's the same like that too?
No, all jerseys are the same jersey. The jersey here is just
wait. Let's confirm this. Kurt, what is your jersey like?
It's I think I've driven through. I think I went through it once, and it seemed all right.
Strip malls.
I think I saw some
TGI Fridays.
There was a TGI Friday on every corner.
Yeah,
every corner, every single corner.
This is a scientific breakthrough. Every single bridge has a terrible New Jersey.
Yes.
This is a breakthrough.
I mean, look at this.
Wow.
We
everything's legal in New Jersey.
Man alive. So do you guys ever think that there's ever going to be what is that called? A truce between you guys where you go, okay, let's put our brilliant minds together and let's use our discoveries here. Let's use your discoveries. Let's go together and just break on through to the other side.
These individuals are terrible, horrible people. The only way we truce with them is if we were able to get rid of them first.
One of these days, we're going to bring them to their knees, and they'll come back to the fold.
So Corporal 13, you're saying the only way you could trust them is if you got rid of them first. Is that what you said?
They are the direct opposite of everything that we are.
The yin and yang, right? The yin and yang.
Yeah.
Except they're not necessary.
Well,
we don't have a yin and a yang. It's more like a yang and a gang.
So what's so interesting? Well, so one of you would be the yang and one of you would be the yin. I would say probably Corporal 13. Which one is that? He's just got the little black spot in the white area. Usually the like CRYZTORCH folks is kind of very dark. Yeah, this makes sense. But you have some white.
They're all black and white. They have no color over there.
Oh, there's no color.
It's like yellow.
Oh, that's right, because he lives. They're in the yellow.
Oh, right. Okay.
So a little bit of green thrown in.
Black and white and yellow. That's it.
Yeah. It's like an old monochrome screen.
Like like a sepia tone kind of. I mean, like, so everywhere you're looking, it's just sort of like this yellowish monochromatic world.
Yeah. Well, you guys ever heard of that guy you guys have him over there, the artist Andre Serrano?
I'm not sure.
Come on, he's the guy that did the Metallica album covers.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, like Load, but he did that really famous piece. It's huge. It's so venerated here on Zorch. It's the one where he peed in the aquarium with the religious symbol in it.
He did that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's our ambassador of arts here on Zorch.
Interesting. So the guy who did the Metallica album covers, he's the guy. I remember hearing about that in the news all the time. Urinated into a jar. There's a cross in there. I had no idea he was responsible for that.
Yeah. Corporal 13 or janitor or whatever he calls himself, he must be really janitor. He must be really familiar with it from his animal husbandry.
There's
classes.
no animal husbandry here.
Is. You saw that album cover.
There isn't.
You know what's on that album cover. If you don't, I'm not going to bother boring you with it. You can look it up.
I've never seen that album
Load.
cover. I've never seen that album cover before.
Oh, you guys don't have Metallica? Is it called
we do have Metallica. We do have Metallica.
See.
I've just never seen their album cover.
Yeah, their version is called Tinfoilica.
Tinfoilica.
No, it's called Metallica.
Tinfoilica. Tinfoilica actually would be great. Wow. That would be interesting if that was like a little kids tribute band to Metallica. It's just little kids playing Metallica songs. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
on that
bridge,
one, we still have
that one ancient torture device you guys have. It's called a recorder. Just an all-child recorder. Metallica.
Wait a minute. Let me ask you this. You know
device.
what? I never have this opportunity. Hugh, was CRYZTORCH responsible for creating the recorder?
Don't tell anyone.
I knew it.
Yeah, we went back to when those people used to wear tights and beards and lived in castles, and we just planted it there, hoping that one day every third grader would be forced to play one.
Everyone was Errol Flynn.
Wait, Errol Flynn?
Aye.
It sounds like a car.
It does. The Errol Flynn.
Kurt, can I ask you a question? How many helicopter pilots did you have to murder to find those headphones?
Oh my gosh. These little babies, these are still back from the 70s. These are my dad's original headphones. He got back when he was in the Air Force, when he was in Vietnam. So these little babies have been in the family. And it's so great, man, when you have your ears completely. I got the old cord here and everything. It's just it's so good. So good.
Yeah, I just take two bass subwoofers and strap it to my head with a rubber band. That's what I've got for monitoring here.
Well, I think his headphones are very nice.
I'm surprised that I was able to get through on this call. I mean, our technology kind of petered out at one point because these idiots kept stealing everything.
Oh, geez.
So I'm dialing in on a 56K baud modem.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All
The
those
one that
little-
makes the screeching noises.
Yeah, all the screeching.
Yeah, we've got this great company over here called AOL.
Oh, yeah. AOL.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Such a good...
It's the peak of technology.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's correct. Yeah.
So that's interesting. So Corporal 13, you have MySpace. Do you also have Friendster over there?
We have Friendster. It's not as popular as MySpace. And we do have Twitter as well. I actually have Twitter.
It's called Twatter.
Sure.
And then Hugh, you have Facebook.
Yeah.
But you don't have MySpace, or do you?
We made them take it over on their bridge.
What's
We
interesting?
Well, we didn't take it over. It's always been here.
Yeah. See, I think on your bridge, isn't MySpace, not you, janitor, isn't MySpace just a rolling or a constantly looping GIF of tumbleweed?
I think it is now. Yeah. At this point, it's just going and going.
Yeah, I saw it one time. It was just the sound of like old hawks in a desert sun and tumbleweed. Yeah. That's our design. When we're done with stuff, we usually just, I mean, you guys are our junkyards, so.
Oh, I gotcha.
Oh yeah.
So the red bridge is the junkyard. So how do you
No, everyone else but Zorch is the dumping ground.
Oh, I see. Everyone else.
I think they're so
Zorch.
much better than everyone else, but really, they just think the opposite of everything that we think. So, in reality, they're saying they're trash.
Oh,
No.
right, like whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you, kind of thing.
Aye.
Yeah.
Yeah, that level of maturity.
So Zorch. So now I'm starting to think. Okay, so you live in a yellow bridge. You live in the yellow bridge, and you're on Zorch. So that just means that Zorch is the yellow bridge. So that just means that if whoever figures out how to get to that through that yellow bridge, they'll find their way to Zorch, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part.
But
You
you
have to
don't want to
fight.
go there. You don't want to go there.
Oh, you can. It's, you guys have something the equivalent. It's as bad as here. I think it's called Tampa. It's about as highbrow as that place. Everybody wants to come here on vacation if they can.
What's Tampa?
Tampa. It's that phallus-shaped state on his bridge.
We have Florida, but I've never heard of a Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, Tampa. Oh, yeah, you guys have one called Tampon, not Tampa. Oh,
No,
right?
it's not called Tampa either.
Yes, it is. Don't
You see
fool
the kind
yourself.
of maturity he
They're
has,
so
Kurt.
boring.
You see the kind of maturity he has.
So what kind of new missions, what kind of new things are brewing right now that you guys, that maybe you'd like to let people know about that are coming up, that they need to watch out for? For instance, I noticed there's a YouTube channel. When I typed in CRYZTORCH, there was a, what did it say? No. What did it say? No, I got LSI from you, Peter Schwartz.
Oh, you're talking about our tabloid, right? The ZFT?
Yeah. Is that what it is? ZFT?
Something like that.
Shoot. Well,
Trash
when I look up
TV.
CRYZTORCH, there was a YouTube and it showed it took me to your site. It took me to the CRYZTORCH site. Damn, what was it? It was started with an S, I want to say.
Oh, Sigma. Yeah.
Is that what it was? It might have been
I
that.
think so.
Sigma.
Yeah. I'm not in charge of the TV stuff. I'd have to talk to the other guy down the hall. Yeah, we have a news station. We also have a tabloid magazine. They're pretty good. One of our guys just from what I understand, I can't go into too much detail, but we've exposed some stuff on our tabloid channel.
How do people get to your tabloid channel?
They don't.
Oh, they don't.
They just wonder and hope that one day they'll get there.
I gotcha. So it's kind of like
the anticipation. You know?
Yeah, trust us. There's a lot of cool stuff on there that you really want to know about. And maybe you'll get to it. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the good guys, the Varelse Bridge Society, we are working on the spread of entity flow throughout all of the bridges. We are creating, exploring, and we are doing all sorts of community beautification now that this dreadful virus is starting to pass over us. So, as we are beginning our transition back into physical interactions in our areas, we are beginning experiences of entity flow and insouciant energy. We are creating, exploring, and beautifying all that we can in our respective bridges.
Insouciant. I heard you say insouciant on a couple of occasions. Is that at all tied in with sort of a Seussian philosophy, like Dr. Seuss? Is that what you mean when you say it's insouciant?
No, it's that one Phil Collins song.
Phil Collins song, what do you mean?
In Studio.
Right? Oh yes. Oh yeah.
No, it's not that dumb pun like that.
Oh.
Insouciance is a blessed carelessness of the universe.
Insouciance. I gotta write this.
It is the way that the insouciant is able to traverse this world of woe and desperation. I find ourselves quite often wondering, what should I do in my life? When really, all you need to do is just follow the path that you can find and just go down. Have fun. Don't worry about what's at the end. Worry about the now.
Ooh, that's good. That's perfect. Insouciance. That's perfect. My God, that's perfect.
No. It's worry about everything all the time.
Is that what you guys do on Zorch? You guys just worry about stuff all the time?
No, we don't worry about anything. And the goal is to make you guys worry about everything all the time.
No, never worry.
We're doing a really good job over on
Yes, you are doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
Our PR team rocks.
They do. Everyone is worrying up a storm over here. Holy cow. Holy cannoli. Well, I'm glad.
You guys are going through some type of pandemic or something like that?
Oh, yeah. And also an artistic renaissance from what I've discovered. I mean, it's interesting because this is really giving people a big choice as to whether they want to keep pining for a future time when things will get better. Or if they, like you were saying, Corporal 13, okay, I have this moment right now. I am here with myself. Wherever I go, there I am, as the old phrase goes. So what am I going to do right now to make myself, how am I going to entertain myself? Am I going to have a good time? Am I going to laugh? Am I going to talk to good people? So during this whole time, I've just been like a creative, like crazy, creating a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, I'm just going to create. And wow, it just unlocks all these possibilities.
So that you're doing lots of macaroni art?
Just mostly macaroni art. Oh yeah, you should see some
macaroni art's very nice. I like the macaroni.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The most important thing we need to know at any given time.
Yes.
Is what to do next.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
What Kurt's gonna do is gonna life-size mac art piece of what's that? B. Arthur.
Oh yeah, B. Arthur. Yeah.
Oh, B. Arthur.
Hot stuff.
Yeah. That's what they'll say.
From the Golden Girls era.
Absolutely. And then maybe it'll be in neon hot stuff, and it'll be the B. Arthur, all a macaroni.
Just covered in gold glitter.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll just put it up like late at night on the side of a building, cause all these question marks in people's brains.
Well,
and they won't even realize that it started here. It all started here.
Because we start everything at CRYZTORCH. We start everything. I mean, except for LSI, but maybe one day we'll tell that story.
I'm in a stream with weirdos.
LSI. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, let's hope that story is one day told, because it sounds very curious. LSI. I can only imagine what the heck that even stands for. LSI.
Lazy Suckers Incorporated.
Ooh. Is that it? Is that it, Hugh? Lazy Suckers Incorporated?
It's initiative. It's initiative. It's not incorporated. It's a cooperative thing.
Lazy Suckers Initiative. Yeah. The Lazy Suckers Initiative. Oh my God. There it is.
It's a collaborative effort.
Yeah.
If we were to incorporate, you put this hierarchy in place, and then it would just, it would squash that creative ability to be as lazy as possible.
he's worried about initiatives and incorporations. Honestly, the Varelse Bridge Society, what a cult.
Mm-hmm.
What a cult, but we're a fun cult. We're like the best cult you could possibly ever join because we're a cult for good.
Well, you know what's so interesting? This thought came to me the other day. I realized, like, okay, so the word cult is a part of culture. So when someone says, "Oh, that's my culture," it's just a bigger cult if you think about it. Every culture starts as a cult. It starts with a few people, and they go, "Okay, well these are gonna be the songs we sing. These are gonna be the dances we do. This is gonna be the language we speak. This is gonna be the food. Here are some these. You know, cook this up," and then it just grows and grows and grows until it becomes a culture, you know, and or a town or a country. But it's like, you know, before you know it, it grows big enough. So you guys, before you know it, you're going to be I would say Crystore will be a culture, right?
Yeah, a bacterial culture.
Yeah, you.
Active cultures, right?
Yeah.
Be very active. So I was thinking about this, the LSI, Lazy Suckers Initiative. It's interesting because, you know, there's that phrase that says misery loves company. Well, laziness loves company too. So I think this is probably going to be a very successful initiative. Lazy people like to be lazy with other lazy people.
Oh, LSI's been dead for years.
Oh.
On your timeline.
Oh.
But, you know, time is relative.
That's true. That's true. My goodness. Well, are there any other things you guys want to promote or anything? I'm going to tie up the podcast here because I have some food I got to cook up here.
I would inform your audience, if they do wish to learn more about the Varelse Bridge Society and Crystore Inc., do not, I repeat, do not go to CRYZTORCH.com. Do not click the tab that says Join VBS. If you have social media, do not follow at Corp13 and do not follow CRYZTORCH. But that's an actual do not follow too. They have a Twitter and it's terrible.
Yeah, I agree. Don't follow us. I mean, we're on Twitter, but that's purely because, you know, bots.
Wait, so CRYZTORCH is on Twitter. Which Twitter is that you don't want people to follow on Twitter?
Why the hell would I tell you?
Do not follow CRYZTORCH on Twitter.
I'm sure you can find it. Use your, what is it, Mogul? It's Mogul. Oh, Google, sorry.
Oh, yeah, Mogul.
You know all about Googles with your Google glasses.
The Googles.
They're goggles.
Janitor goggles. No, I think, you know, I think I'm done. I can get the hell out of here. How about you?
Yes, you get out of here. This is supposed to be my interview.
I've told you a million times. You're not my dad. You can't tell me what to do.
I'm a corporal.
All right, get out of here, janitor. Don't you have some horse poop to shovel?
You leave. I'm waiting for the podcast to end that I was a part of.
All right, y'all. All I want to say is have a great day and, you know, screw you guys.
Oh, thank you so much for stopping by. My God, you guys, I had so much fun. Corporal
you know, 13. He means that. You know,
Holy
he meant have a good day as an insult.
Oh, I got you. He's not used to giving niceties like that, right?
Well, no, it's just how they talk on Zorch.
Oh,
oftentimes,
gotcha.
So it's like backward speech. He says, have a nice day. He's really telling you to go to hell.
That's great, man. You cracked the code. Well, Corporal 13, thank you so much. I'm so excited we got a chance to talk about Crystore, Varelse Bridge Society, all that razzmatazz, all that great stuff. And definitely, folks, go to CrysToreInc.com and check out Grandview Boulevard. This will open up a whole nother can of worms. Also, I would say check out some other good movies that are just really good to watch just in general. In Bright Axiom, which is actually playing here at the Kapow Intergalactic Virtual Film Festival. Also, The Institute, which is about the Jejun Institute. That's another great movie to watch. And a great podcast that I like listening to is Signal, SYGNYL. There's a lot more other stuff out there, but these are some good movies to watch, and you'll start putting some more pieces together, I think. Right, Corporal 13? People will start having lots of revelations.
I believe so. One thing I can tell your audience if they do decide to watch these is that expect to leave with more questions than answers.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Corporal 13, thank you so much. You take care. I'll talk to you again another time.
In
Sayonara.
bright axiom.
Oh,
and,
yes.
In bright axiom and in absolute dictum.
Absolutely. In bright axiom and what'd you say? Absolute dictum?
In absolute dictum.
And absolute dictum.
When you're lost, who do you want to find you? In what form does this creature manifest? And at what time in the night does he come for you? Every year, millions of hardworking Americans experience cosmic encounters with moderate to severe disorientation. Crystore can help. Crystore is a handheld calcite defibrillator capable of generating surges and binary distress signals throughout the Sigma Quadrant. Crystore is not for everyone. Some aquatic mammals have experienced dizziness and confusion while using Crystore. Side effects do include blood glow, tear mist, and purpling of the skin and eyes. Tell your doctor if you are pregnant and have not had intercourse within the past 18 months, or if you are nursing and have no children of your own. Crystore has not been approved for simians or micropachyderms. Ask your shaman if Crystore is right for you. Isn't it your turn to bear the crystal?
So, my name's Sean, and this really fucking weird guy just came up to me and handed me some random card that had this number on it. It told me to call you and talk about a signal or something. I have no idea. He ran away in a bush somewhere, and I've never seen anybody quite so crazy. But give me a call back, because I'm wondering what the signal is. I think I've heard of it before. I think I've heard of Femi before. Wait, I've never heard of Femi.